Feeling dismayed that you've been kind of pushed to the side, whether it be something that you're doing and saying to yourself or because of other people. They've kind of dismayed you and said, you know what? Nah, not worth it. If that's what you're experiencing, which I know I have, we're in our head. We're in this back part of our brain. It protects us from being hurt more. So we get in there to make sure that doesn't happen. So if we're being dismayed, we're like, I'm going to protect to make sure that nobody else does this. Or if we've dismayed ourselves saying, hey, I can't do this, then we kind of stay in that same zone from our head. Now, if we're in our head, we're protecting. The way to go from being dismayed to being able to progress, to be able to move forward, to feel like, you know what? Even though something happened that didn't work out my way or I felt like I got cast aside, what's the next step? Where do I go from here? I can progress because my previous experience is not what my present experience has to be. Now, being dismayed can be a deep, long-term feeling. Usually it's something that happens to us as a kid. As a kid, we feel like we weren't heard, we weren't understood, we weren't seen. People don't get me as a human. And so that carries on to being an adult. That carries on to right now. But we have to recognize the reason I'm having that over and over is because I have thoughts that are not respectful. Let's talk about focusing on ourselves. I have thoughts about myself that are not respectful. These thoughts are unhealthy, and I keep living them over and over and over. So to have a new thought, a new experience from my heart would be completely different. Could be something in the nature of, okay, I know that hasn't worked in the past or people have put me in that category, but who am I or who do I want to be? Where do I go from here? How do I move forward even though this thing happened or I haven't been accepted? I've been dismayed. I've been put down. I've been told I'm not enough. Well, what are my strengths? What are my gifts? And you start to feel a lot better about it. So if you're feeling very dismayed right now, whether it be because of previous experiences or something happened, it's a chance to recognize what you're feeling, a chance to do something different than what you've previously done, which is probably, I know when I felt dismayed, I withdraw. That's my go-to. There's kind of fight and flight. I'm a flight. I withdraw. Oh, that didn't work. It's not going to work again. What are people going to think? All that stuff. Versus going to my heart and say, okay, that hasn't worked previously, but I can choose something different. I can have a new experience because I'm worthy of a new experience. My best is accepted, and this is my time to try to have something occur that hasn't occurred yet.